3 hours of sleep meditation to manifest wealth frequency. Every single night, as you prepare to surrender to the comforting embrace of your pillow, you are in essence making a profoundly significant transition. You are not merely ending another day. Instead, you are actively entering what can only be described as the most potent and transformative manifestation chamber available to all of humanity. It is a sacred space, accessible to everyone, where the very fabric of your reality can be rewoven and reformed with astonishing precision and grace. While your physical body drifts into a much-needed state of rest and rejuvenation, settling into a peaceful slumber, a far more intricate and extraordinary process begins to unfold deep within you. Your subconscious mind, that vast and often untapped reservoir of profound power and boundless potential, transitions into a bustling, incredibly active divine workshop. In this profound inner sanctuary, miracles are not simply fleeting possibilities or distant dreams. They become an undeniable, inevitable certainty, ready to manifest in your waking life. This is a concept that transcends ordinary understanding, revealing a hidden truth about our nightly journey into sleep that holds the key to unlocking unimaginable abundance. Before we embark on this truly enlightening exploration together, I extend a warm invitation. Please take a moment to gently tap that like button if these initial thoughts resonate with a deeper truth within you. It genuinely helps to spread this powerful message to others who might be searching for these very insights and yearning for a different way to experience life. Also, I am always so deeply touched and incredibly intrigued to learn about our diverse global community. So please share in the comments below, letting me know where in the world you are currently watching this from today. It's a wonderful privilege to connect with souls from every corner of the planet, united by a shared desire for spiritual growth, authentic well-being, and abundant living. Tonight, as the world outside quiets and the stars begin to illuminate the vast expanse above, something truly extraordinary, a moment of profound significance, is poised to unfold within your own being. The act of preparing for sleep is far more than a routine conclusion to another day's activities. It is, in fact, a deliberate and conscious entry into a profoundly sacred space, a sanctuary meticulously prepared for you by the boundless, infinite spirit itself. Within this hallowed inner realm, the very majestic gates of abundant wealth begin to gracefully swing open, revealing a panoramic vista of limitless possibilities. From this sacred threshold, divine provision, in all its magnificent forms and expressions, starts to flow toward you with an uninterrupted, unhindered current, absolutely free from any obstruction that might typically impede its path during your waking hours. This is not a fanciful notion, but a deep, immutable spiritual truth that awaits your recognition. It's quite possible you've already encountered this remarkable phenomenon yourself. Perhaps you've retreated to your bed, your mind burdened by the heavy weight of financial worries, feeling intensely stressed about looming bills, or consumed by a deep-seated anxiety concerning your financial future. These concerns, often relentless during the day, accompany you into the quiet of the night. Yet, to your profound surprise, you awaken the following morning not with the echoes of those anxieties, but with an inexplicable, profound sense of inner peace, a deep calm that seems to have settled over your soul during your slumber. Even more strikingly, you might discover an unexpected opportunity, a fortuitous email or a sudden brilliant insight waiting patiently for you in your inbox or at the forefront of your conscious mind. This, my friend, is never mere coincidence. It is the clear, undeniable evidence of spiritual law actively at work, meticulously orchestrating circumstances on your behalf, even when your conscious awareness is completely offline. While the bustling world around you gently falls asleep, surrendering to the quietude of the night, and while your conscious mind finally quiets its endless chatter of doubt, worry, and perceived limitation, your subconscious mind undergoes a magnificent transformation. It becomes what I affectionately refer to as the divine receiver, a state of being completely open, utterly receptive, and perfectly aligned with the universal frequency of abundance that governs the entire cosmos. You see, most people approach sleep as merely a biological necessity, a time primarily dedicated to physical restoration and the recharging of bodily energies. Understand its importance for physical health, but miss its profound spiritual potential. However, what you are about to discover might surprise you, profoundly shifting your perspective forever. Sleep is, in fact, your most sacred and potent appointment with wealth itself. This is not the kind of wealth that comes through arduous grinding, relentless striving, or ceaseless struggle, but rather the effortless, divine abundance that begins to flow naturally and gracefully when you consciously align yourself with spiritual law and its immutable principles. Tonight, our journey together will delve deep into how ancient wisdom, passed down through generations of mystics and sages, beautifully meets modern manifestation techniques and understanding. We will explore how the seemingly simple act of listening to specific abundance affirmations while you sleep can literally reprogram your financial reality at its deepest, most fundamental level. We're talking about a transformative process that impacts not just the numbers in your bank account, but your entire foundational relationship with money, with prosperity, and most importantly, with your own inherent, undeniable, divine worth. The profound truth, often overlooked, is this: your subconscious mind possesses an incredible capacity to absorb and internalize information. Yet it doesn't possess the ability to distinguish between what is vividly imagined and what is empirically real. It simply accepts and acts upon whatever information you consistently and persistently feed it. And it is precisely during those precious, undisturbed hours of sleep when your logical, analytical mind finally ceases its incessant interference, when your nagging doubts and fears at last quiet down and recede into the background, that the true magic happens. That is the opportune moment when wealth consciousness, like powerful transformative software, gets seamlessly installed into the very hard drive of your soul, creating lasting positive change. Florence Scovel Shinn, a profound spiritual teacher and author, understood this deeply over a century ago. She wrote extensively about the incredible magnetic power of the sleeping state to draw forth and magnetize miracles into one's life. She knew with unwavering certainty that when you consciously enter what she termed this holy appointment with the omnipresent law of abundance, you are not merely hoping for change or passively wishing for better circumstances. No, in this sacred state, you are actively commanding it, issuing a powerful directive through the divine authority of your aligned subconscious mind. This is a declaration, not a petition. Stay with me until the very end of this journey, for the insights and techniques I am about to share with you possess the transformative power to revolutionize not just the quality of your sleep, but your entire financial destiny, opening doors to possibilities you may have previously considered beyond reach. We are about to dive deep, exploring the sacred mechanics of overnight abundance, where every single affirmation you hear and absorb becomes a potent seed, meticulously planted in the rich, fertile soil of infinite possibility. If these revelations ignite a spark of recognition, if they open something profound and expansive within your heart and mind, I would be truly honored to have you subscribe to this channel. This space is dedicated to exploring the deep, often hidden connections between consciousness and wealth. Connections that most people, unfortunately, never get to discover in their lifetime. Take a moment to truly ponder this. You didn't just stumble upon this message by mere accident, nor is your presence here a random occurrence in the vast tapestry of life. Your presence here, right now, at this exact pivotal moment in your life, is part of what spiritual teachers and ancient wisdom traditions often refer to as a divine pattern, a meticulously orchestrated design. There is something profoundly significant happening behind the scenes of your personal journey, something that extends far beyond the realm of simple coincidence or pure random chance. The undeniable fact that you are here, actively listening to these powerful words about abundance, about profound transformation, about unlocking your inherent potential, reveals a deep truth. You are being guided, with exquisite precision, toward a perfect realignment with universal law itself. This is an invitation from the cosmos, a sign that you are ready for the next level of your spiritual and financial evolution. Here is a hidden truth, a profound revelation that most people unfortunately never get to discover in their quest for prosperity. Every delay you've experienced in your life, every financial setback that might have left you questioning your inherent worth or capability, every moment when true prosperity seemed tantalizingly just out of reach, none of it was ever intended as punishment. Not a single one of those experiences was a punitive measure. Instead, every single one of those moments was, in fact, an intricate and essential part of your preparation. The universe, in its boundless wisdom and perfect timing, has been meticulously orchestrating your readiness, preparing you for this very moment of profound awakening and spiritual understanding. You see, divine spirit, in its infinite generosity and boundless love, has never, not once, not ever, withheld any good from you. All the supply you've been diligently seeking, all the vibrant health you've been fervently praying for, all the deep, fulfilling love and extraordinary success that might currently feel so distant or unattainable. Understand this profound truth. It is already completed in divine mind. It already bears your unique, sacred name. It is already vibrating toward you at frequencies far beyond what your physical senses are currently capable of detecting or perceiving. But here, dear listener, is where the real revelation truly begins to powerfully unfold. Your subconscious mind, a remarkably powerful but often unexamined part of your being, has been systematically programmed over years by pervasive worldly conditioning. This programming has subtly instilled in you the expectation of struggle, the anticipation of scarcity, and a tendency to brace yourself for disappointment in your financial life. These deeply ingrained patterns are not, in fact, your true, authentic thoughts or your natural way of being. They are inherited patterns of belief, learned behaviors absorbed from your environment, and societal imprints that have, over time, inadvertently created invisible yet incredibly resilient barriers between you and your natural, inherent birthright of boundless abundance. During the sacred hours of sleep, something truly miraculous begins to happen within you. These invisible barriers, constructed by years of conditioning, slowly but surely begin to dissolve and dissipate. Your conscious mind, with all its learned limitations, its fearful projections, and its analytical skepticism, finally steps aside, allowing for a deeper process to occur. Your subconscious mind then becomes like extraordinarily fertile ground, perfectly ready to receive and nurture new seeds of possibility, new visions of prosperity. And when you consciously choose to feed it the right vibrations, when you impress upon it the right frequencies, when you imbue it with profound spiritual truths during those sacred, undisturbed hours of rest, a complete and lasting transformation occurs at the deepest cellular level of your being. This is not mere superficial change. It is a fundamental reprogramming of your entire operating system. The ancient mystics, those profound seers and sages, understood this process intimately, with a wisdom that transcended their time. They knew with unwavering certainty that true manifestation, the bringing forth of desired realities, doesn't happen through brute force, desperate effort, or constant struggle. Rather, it occurs through a state of divine alignment, a harmonious partnership with universal principles. When you consciously surrender into the embrace of sleep, while simultaneously listening to powerful abundance affirmations, you are not simply hoping for change to occur. You are actively participating in the very mechanics of creation itself. Your brainwaves in this receptive state naturally begin to shift into theta and delta frequencies. These are the very same deeply meditative states that shamans, spiritual masters, and profound healers have intentionally accessed for millennia, utilizing them to perform what the ordinary world often calls miracles, but what they understood as natural expressions of aligned consciousness. In these profound, highly receptive brainwave states, your mind becomes incredibly open, permeable, and perfectly attuned to new programming. Every word of abundance you hear during this time doesn't just pass through your ears. It begins to overwrite decades of scarcity programming that may have been deeply ingrained in your subconscious. Every affirmation of wealth, prosperity, and unlimited supply starts the powerful process of dissolving the invisible, limiting contracts you may have unknowingly signed with limitation and lack throughout your life. This is far beyond mere positive thinking or a fleeting wishful imagination. This is sacred science in action, a precise and potent spiritual technology. Neuroscience, the cutting-edge study of the brain, now scientifically confirms what spiritual teachers have known intuitively for centuries, that repetitive, consistent exposure to specific frequencies and empowering affirmations during the receptive hours of sleep can literally rewire your neural pathways. This process creates new, more expansive thought patterns that naturally attract entirely different, more abundant outcomes into your life. Now, I want to go even deeper into this profound transformation process, because understanding the intricate mechanics behind overnight abundance programming will revolutionize not just how you perceive and experience sleep, but fundamentally how you relate to money, to success, and to your own boundless, infinite potential. The profound impact of what happens during those vital 8 hours of divine programming extends far beyond the confines of your bedroom. It actively shapes your daily decisions, profoundly influences your actions and reactions, and ultimately determines the entire trajectory of your financial destiny, guiding it toward greater prosperity and fulfillment. What's truly fascinating is that beneath all the surface turbulence of your everyday financial life, the relentless bills, the careful budgets, the constant banking alerts, and the ebb and flow of income, there flows what spiritual masters throughout history have profoundly called the golden river of prosperity. This is not metaphorical language designed to inspire. It is a living, energetic reality that exists beyond the limitations of the physical realm, readily accessible to an awakened consciousness. This magnificent river has been flowing beneath the surface your life since the very moment you were born, constant and unending, never diminished by any appearance of lack or struggle you might be experiencing in your current reality. Most people, unfortunately, live their entire lives walking on what feels like dry, barren ground, completely unaware that just beneath their very feet flows an infinite, inexhaustible stream of divine abundance. They make crucial decisions based on a scarcity mindset, create strategies rooted in fear and anxiety, and exhaust themselves trying to squeeze water from stones, believing that effort alone will produce results. All the while, they are standing directly above the most abundant, life-giving source of prosperity imaginable. The revelation that holds the power to change everything is this simple yet profound truth. You don't need to create abundance. You don't need to laboriously attract it, or struggle to manifest it, or strive to earn it through some complex, arduous spiritual gymnastics. You simply need to consciously dip into what's already flowing, freely and limitlessly. You need to willingly step down from the harsh, demanding terrain of struggle and immerse yourself fully and completely in the golden current of this divine river that has been patiently waiting for your recognition and active participation all along. During sleep, when your analytical mind finally stops building dams of doubt and limitation, allowing its incessant activity to quiet, this magnificent river of abundance naturally begins to surface, to rise into your conscious awareness. Your subconscious mind, in this receptive state, becomes like a perfectly tuned divining rod, naturally drawn with unerring precision to the wealth frequency that has been calling your name, resonating with your true spiritual identity. This is precisely why some individuals wake up with brilliant million-dollar ideas seemingly downloaded directly into their minds. It's why breakthrough solutions often appear fully formed in dreams. It's why morning inspiration so frequently carries the potent seeds of life-changing transformation, offering clear direction and creative insights that were elusive during waking hours. But here is where this profound journey takes an even more beautiful and significant turn. As you allow yourself to recognize and fully embrace this underlying, ever-present prosperity, you begin to enter what can only be described as a sacred sanctuary. This is not a physical place you can visit on a map, but a heightened state of consciousness where divine law reigns supreme, absolute, and unwavering. In this inner sanctuary, this hallowed space within your own being, something truly magical, something utterly transformative, begins to happen. Your spoken word, imbued with the deep knowing that comes from this sanctuary state, begins to merge with unwavering faith in ways that create what mystics throughout history have called radiant decrees. These are not ordinary affirmations or fleeting wishful thinking. They are far more potent. When you speak from this sanctuary state during your sleep programming, your words carry the inherent authority of spiritual law itself. They become living, dynamic commands that summon wealth, opportunities, and blessings from every corner of creation, orchestrating their flow directly into your experience. Behind the scenes of the visible world, in the unseen dimensions that govern all reality, invisible forces begin responding to your voice, to your decrees, with the same absolute obedience that water demonstrates to the force of gravity, flowing effortlessly downward. This process reveals the hidden, intricate mechanics of true manifestation. Most people in their quest for change mistakenly try to create it from the outside in, working harder, pushing relentlessly against circumstances, forcing outcomes through sheer willpower and exhaustive effort. But the sanctuary approach, the path of divine alignment, works powerfully and efficiently from the inside out, transforming the fundamental frequencies of your consciousness that ultimately determine what flows into your experience and what remains outside your grasp. If these profound teachings have resonated with your soul tonight, if they've sparked a deep sense of truth within you, a simple like on this video tells me that this message has indeed found the right person, and it also significantly helps others discover these same profound, abundant secrets, guiding them toward their own awakening. Consider for a moment the most successful individuals you know in your life. We're not speaking only of those who have accumulated vast financial wealth, but also those remarkable people who seem to navigate life with an almost effortless grace, a natural ease and flow that seems to defy ordinary challenges. What you are witnessing in these individuals isn't merely luck or inherited privilege. It is the natural, inevitable result of someone whose inner sanctuary has been fully activated and is operating at its peak. They make crucial decisions, not from a constricted mindset of scarcity, but from an expansive, generous place of abundance. Their entire mindset operates from a paradigm where limitation is not even considered a viable option, let alone a permanent reality. The profound impact of this inner shift extends gracefully into every single area of their lives, because true prosperity is not just about money in a bank account. It's about the unlimited, inexhaustible nature of divine supply itself, available in every aspect of existence. When you consciously align with this golden river of universal abundance, you don't merely attract financial prosperity. You begin experiencing an overflowing abundance in your relationships, in your health, in your creative endeavors, in the opportunities that present themselves, and in the profound, abiding joy that permeates your daily existence. Now, I want to reveal the specific techniques, the practical keys that effectively activate this sanctuary state within you during your sleep. Because truly understanding how to consciously and intentionally enter this divine realm transforms your 8 hours of nightly rest into 8 hours of active, powerful wealth programming. The profound revelations that emerge from consistently practicing this often surprise people, not only with their elegant simplicity, but also with their immense life-altering power. The very moment you truly understand that you are stepping into what sacred scripture eloquently calls the sleep of the beloved, everything within your consciousness begins to shift dramatically. This is far from the restless tossing and turning of those burdened by incessant worry. nor is it the shallow, fragmented rest of minds trapped in relentless cycles of anxiety and fear. This is the blessed, holy sleep of someone who has finally recognized and embraced their true, divine identity. It is the peaceful slumber of one who is lovingly cradled in the invisible, yet profoundly real, arms of infinite love and boundless abundance. Hidden beneath the surface of ordinary consciousness lies this profound, liberating truth. You are counted among the beloved. Not because of what you have painstakingly accomplished or, conversely, what you may have failed to achieve. Not because of the numbers in your bank balance or the mistakes you may have made along your journey, but simply because of who you are, at your deepest, most authentic and eternal level. A divine spark of infinite spirit. When this profound recognition dawns upon your soul, when this truth settles deep within your being, your entire relationship with sleep undergoes a radical transformation. It shifts from being a mere biological function, a necessity for physical survival, into a sacred communion with the very source of all divine provision and love. The impact of this profound shift in perspective is not only immediate, but incredibly powerful, resonating through every fiber of your being. Your nervous system, which may have been holding on to decades of accumulated tension, stress, and anxiety, begins to release its grip. Your breath naturally deepens, expanding and contracting with a serene, rhythmic flow. That chronic background anxiety about money, about security, about whether you're doing enough or being enough, about your inherent worth. All of these pervasive worries start to dissolve, melting away into something far more supportive, comforting, and nurturing. A gentle, unwavering knowing settles within you that you are held, you are seen, and you are abundantly provided for, always and in all ways. This is the precise point where the hidden mechanics of true abundance, the intricate workings of universal supply, begin to reveal themselves to your awakened consciousness. Gratitude, in this state, doesn't become something you have to force, manufacture, or perform as a duty. Instead, it rises naturally from the depths of your heart, spontaneously bubbling up like a pure, clear spring emerging from deep underground. You begin to instinctively recognize the inherent safety that has always surrounded you, the unconditional love that has never, for a single moment, abandoned you, and the constant provision that has consistently found ways to reach you, even in your darkest, most challenging moments. The revelation unveiled here transforms your entire approach to the process of manifestation. Most people, in their earnest desire for change, exhaust themselves trying to convince the universe of their worthiness, pleading and straining, trying desperately to prove that they deserve good things to come into their lives. But when you deeply understand and fully embrace your beloved status, when this profound truth settles into your being, you realize that none of that struggle, none of that arduous effort was ever truly necessary. You don't have to earn divine love. It is your birthright, freely given. You simply receive it by being fully present to what is already eternally true about your nature. This transformative shift in mindset creates what I refer to as a receptive frequency. Instead of broadcasting vibrations of desperation or nagging need, your energy field begins emanating a quiet, unshakable confidence, a deep knowing that abundance is your natural state, that provision is already handled by infinite intelligence, and that everything you require is already gracefully on its way to you. This powerful receptive frequency acts like a beacon in the spiritual realm, drawing to you with magnetic precision the very things you've previously been chasing with so much effort and often frustration. During sleep, when you rest deeply and peacefully in this profound awareness of being unconditionally beloved, your subconscious mind receives what can only be described as divine downloads. Solutions to complex problems appear not through strenuous mental gymnastics or analytical effort, but through gentle, intuitive inspiration. Opportunities align not through relentless networking and strategic manipulation, but through what feels like graceful, perfectly timed synchronicity. Money flows not through desperate hustle and arduous labor, but through channels that seem to open effortlessly, revealing new avenues of prosperity. The journey from striving, from constant effort, to simply receiving, represents one of the most profound and liberating transformations available to human consciousness. It's the stark difference between swimming upstream against a powerful, exhausting current, battling tirelessly, and finally, mercifully, turning around to discover you've been fighting the very force that wanted to gently carry you home all along. When you make decisions from this sacred place of recognized belovedness, every single choice you make becomes an expansive expression of abundance, rather than a cautious hedge against perceived scarcity. What's particularly fascinating about this inner shift is how it begins to reshape your external world almost immediately, subtly at first, then with increasing clarity. People respond differently to your newfound energy, drawn to your calm confidence. Opportunities that were previously invisible, hidden from your view, suddenly become glaringly obvious, presenting themselves with perfect timing. Resources that once seemed scarce and unattainable begin appearing from unexpected directions, as if orchestrated by an unseen hand. It's as if the entire universe conspires in your favor, confirming what you finally allowed yourself to truly believe, that you are inherently worthy of good things, that prosperity is your natural, inherent state, and that abundance is not something you achieve through struggle, but something you remember and allow to flow from within. Now I want to explore how this powerful foundation of gratitude and belovedness becomes the perfect launching pad for specific abundance programming techniques that work with astonishing effectiveness while you sleep. Because when these fundamental principles combine with targeted, potent affirmations, the results often exceed what people ever thought was remotely possible, opening up entirely new dimensions of prosperity. When you genuinely embrace your status as beloved by the divine and allow gratitude to flow naturally and uninhibitedly from your heart, something truly extraordinary begins to powerfully unfold in your life. What most people experience as ordinary, unremarkable sleep transforms into what can only be described as a night of miracles. This is not poetic language or hyperbole. This is the actual intricate mechanics of how divine intelligence operates and expresses itself when your consciousness becomes fully receptive to its highest, most expansive possibilities. Behind the scenes, while your physical body rests in serene tranquility, an incredible spiritual conspiracy, a magnificent collaboration, begins to take shape. The night itself, those 8 hours of apparent inactivity and quietude, becomes your most potent ally, working in powerful partnership with divine intelligence to reshape your consciousness at its deepest, most fundamental levels. Every single limiting belief you've carried, every financial story that has inadvertently kept you small, restricted, or confined, every inherited pattern of scarcity that has defined your past experiences, all of these begin to dissolve and dissipate under the gentle but persistent influence of spiritual truth. This profound process reveals one of the most hidden yet profound truths about true manifestation. Transformation doesn't require struggle, brute force, or arduous effort. When you align yourself with the natural, inherent rhythms of consciousness, change happens as effortlessly and naturally as a vibrant flower blooming in the spring sunshine, or a mighty river flowing purposefully toward the vast, open sea. Your sleeping mind in this receptive state becomes like soft, pliable clay in the capable hands of divine wisdom, ready to be reshaped into magnificent patterns that perfectly reflect your true, boundless abundance. The impact of this nightly transformation extends far beyond what simply happens in your bedroom during slumber. As deep-seated limitations are systematically rewritten and transmuted in the depths of your subconscious mind, your waking decisions, your reactions, and your entire outlook begin to powerfully shift. You find yourself instinctively making choices from a place of unwavering confidence rather than debilitating fear. Opportunities that once seemed impossible or completely out of reach suddenly begin to feel inevitable, almost predestined. Your entire relationship with money, wealth, and prosperity begins operating from a completely different, elevated paradigm, one of ease, flow, and limitless possibility. What's particularly fascinating is how this process imprints upon your sleeping mind something that truly changes everything. The profound recognition that wealth is not something you have to laboriously earn or painstakingly achieve or desperately try to deserve. Rather, it is something you inherently inherit simply by virtue of who you truly are, a divine child of infinite spirit. Wealth is your sacred birthright, intricately encoded into the very fabric of your spiritual DNA, patiently waiting only for your consciousness to become spacious enough, expansive enough, and receptive enough to fully receive it. This is precisely where the journey takes a remarkable turn toward the mystical, the truly transcendent. As your mind opens more fully to these deeper, profound truths, you begin to access what can only be described as visionary experiences during your sleep. Many individuals report seeing what appears to be a great, majestic celestial door during this powerful process, not with their physical eyes, but with the inner sight, the awakened spiritual vision that unfurls when consciousness expands beyond ordinary, everyday limitations. This magnificent door glows with symbols of infinite supply, ancient and eternal markings that speak directly to the soul's deepest understanding of abundance, its inherent nature, and inexhaustible flow. It's as if the universe itself is gently revealing its secret architecture, showing you the divine blueprints that meticulously govern prosperity and manifestation in all its myriad forms. Beyond this sacred threshold, many catch glimpses of vast, shimmering rivers of pure gold, sparkling with heaven's undeniable favor, flowing endlessly, never diminishing, never restricted, always in a state of overflowing abundance. These are not mere hallucinations or wishful, fleeting fantasies. They are profound glimpses into what mystics throughout history have called the Akashic realm, the timeless dimension where all possibilities exist in their perfected, ideal form, patiently waiting to manifest into physical reality when the conditions are aligned. When your consciousness touches this sacred level during sleep programming, you're not just passively listening to affirmations, you're actively connecting with the very source code of abundance itself, the fundamental blueprint of creation. The profound revelations that emerge from these deep experiences often surprise people with their astonishing clarity and their immediate, practical impact on daily life. You might wake up with a brilliant business idea that seems to have downloaded fully formed into your mind, complete with clear steps for implementation. Financial solutions that have eluded you for months, perhaps even years, suddenly become crystal clear and obvious. People and opportunities begin appearing in your life with perfect synchronous timing, as if meticulously orchestrated by an invisible, benevolent intelligence that sees the larger, encompassing picture of your life's journey. Now, I want to explore how you can consciously prepare your mind to consistently receive these profound downloads and powerful visions. Because understanding the specific, intentional techniques that open this celestial doorway transforms sleep from mere passive rest into active, dynamic spiritual programming, a purposeful engagement with the very source of all creation. The very moment you recognize and acknowledge that celestial doorway, a profound and irreversible shift occurs in your understanding of how true abundance actually operates and manifests. Most people spend their entire lives searching desperately for the key to prosperity in external circumstances, striving for better jobs, waiting for perfect timing, hoping for lucky breaks, or endlessly pursuing complex, intricate strategies. But here is the hidden truth, a revelation that changes absolutely everything. You've been carrying the key with you all along, and it's not located where you think it is. The key to boundless abundance doesn't rest in your hands through what you do or how tirelessly you work. It doesn't depend on your education, your connections, or your current circumstances, no matter how challenging they may seem. The real, potent key lives upon your tongue and deep within your unwavering faith. Every single word you speak, especially during those sacred, receptive hours when your conscious mind steps aside, carries the inherent power to swing wide the very doors that might have seemed permanently locked against you. This profound revelation transforms your entire approach to manifestation, shifting it from struggle to effortless flow. Instead of striving and struggling to force doors open through external effort and sheer willpower, you begin to understand that your voice itself, when aligned with spiritual truth, is the master key. When you speak from a place of genuine, unshakable faith during sleep programming, when your words align perfectly with divine truth, rather than being limited by worldly constraints and doubts, something truly extraordinary happens behind the scenes of reality. The door doesn't just crack open hesitantly, it swings wide with such incredible force and grace that vast rivers of abundance, flowing with liquid light and opportunity, pour forth directly into your dreams and then manifest into your waking reality. These are not merely metaphorical rivers. Individuals who consistently practice this report waking up with specific, actionable financial guidance, brilliant business ideas that seem to download, complete with implementation steps, and an inner knowing about money decisions that proves remarkably accurate and consistently leads to positive outcomes. Your subconscious mind, freed from the constraints of logical doubt and analytical skepticism, becomes a direct, clear conduit for divine intelligence about prosperity, receiving insights that far transcend ordinary human reasoning. The profound impact of this shift extends seamlessly into every area of your financial life. Your relationship with money transforms dramatically, moving from one of pervasive anxiety and limiting scarcity to one of joyful collaboration and effortless flow. You begin making decisions not from a fear of potential loss or scarcity, but from an expansive, confident expectation of continuous increase and positive outcomes. Your mindset naturally gravitates toward recognizing and seizing opportunities rather than dwelling on obstacles, toward embracing possibilities rather than being overwhelmed by problems. But here is where the journey takes perhaps its most beautiful and liberating turn. As you continue practicing this tongue and faith approach to abundance, as you consistently align your words with spiritual truth and unwavering belief, you begin to realize something that changes absolutely everything about how you perceive yourself in relation to prosperity. You are no longer standing outside the banquet hall of divine provision, pressing your face against the glass, wondering if you will ever be invited inside. No, you are already seated at the table, an honored guest in the feast of life. This isn't a future promise or a distant, uncertain possibility. Right now, in this very moment, your cup is running over with blessings, with opportunities, with provision that you may not have even noticed yet. You are already drinking deeply of what mystics have called the eternal feast of provision, that inexhaustible source of divine supply that has been sustaining you, guiding you, and meticulously preparing abundance for you, even during seasons when you might have felt forgotten or completely overlooked. The transformative shift from being an outsider to an honored guest at this divine feast happens not through arduous earning or proving your worthiness, but through pure, simple recognition. When you finally see with unwavering clarity that the feast has been spread for you all along, specifically prepared for your arrival, when you truly understand that your name was lovingly engraved that very chair before you were even born, everything about your energy, your vibration, and your presence changes fundamentally. You stop approaching life from a place of desperate need and instead begin moving from a place of joyous celebration, of confident expectation. This profound shift in identity, from seeker to receiver, from beggar to beloved, from outsider to honored guest, creates what can only be described as a powerful magnetic field around your entire life. Resources that were previously invisible suddenly become apparent and accessible. People begin offering help and support without even being asked, drawn to your new vibration. Opportunities align in ways that feel almost miraculously choreographed by an unseen, benevolent intelligence. Now I want to reveal the specific words and phrases that powerfully activate this banquet hall consciousness during your sleep. Because when you know exactly how to speak and affirm as one who is already joyfully seated at the table of abundance, your entire financial reality begins reorganizing itself, effortlessly and automatically, to perfectly match this inner recognition of your true, exalted position. When you truly embrace your rightful position at the table of divine provision, when you recognize with unwavering certainty that your chair has been patiently waiting for you all along, something monumentally profound shifts within your consciousness. This becomes the very night you cease wandering in what can only be described as the desert of lack. That barren, desolate landscape where so many people unfortunately spend their entire lives convinced that scarcity is normal, that struggle is an inevitable necessity, and that abundance is a privilege reserved only for others. Behind the scenes of this profound transformation lies a significant, even spiritual, geographical shift in consciousness. You're not just changing your fleeting thoughts about money, you're literally migrating from one spiritual territory to an entirely different one. The desert of lack, with its deceptive mirages of false hope and its endless cycles of spiritual thirst, gives way to the promised land of spiritual abundance, a vibrant, fertile realm where rivers flow freely, abundantly, and life-givingly, and trees bear luscious fruit in every single season, providing constant nourishment. This is not a gradual progress or a slow, incremental improvement. This is an exodus, a complete and decisive departure from the old, limiting paradigm into a realm where you are never again separated from your good, from your inherent supply. The profound impact of this shift reverberates powerfully through every decision you make, every relationship you build, and every opportunity you encounter. You begin operating from a completely different set of core assumptions about what is truly possible for your life, embracing a boundless vision. The hidden truth that makes this profound transformation possible lies in understanding how spiritual power actually operates during sleep. Most people profoundly underestimate the immense, fundamental shifts happening in consciousness during those 8 hours of apparent rest. They mistakenly perceive sleep as mere downtime, as a break from productivity, as simply biological maintenance for the body. But here's the revelation that changes everything. In sleep, your spiritual power is magnified exponentially, beyond measure, beyond ordinary comprehension. Think about what truly happens when your conscious mind finally steps aside, taking its much-needed break. All those mental barriers you've meticulously built through years of conditioning, all those logical arguments against abundance, all those reasonable explanations for why prosperity might not be possible for you, they dissolve into the background, losing their power. Your subconscious mind stands wide open, like the most fertile, rich soil imaginable, perfectly ready to receive whatever seeds of possibility you choose to plant within it. This is where the journey takes a fascinating turn into the intricate mechanics of transformation itself. During your waking hours, your conscious mind acts like a vigilant gatekeeper, constantly filtering information, questioning possibilities, and maintaining the status quo through doubt, analysis, and skepticism. But when sleep arrives, this gatekeeper finally takes a well-deserved rest, its defenses momentarily lowered. Your subconscious then becomes what spiritual teachers eloquently call heavenly soil, completely receptive, utterly accepting, and perfectly ready to grow whatever you plant there, without judgment or resistance. The revelations that emerge from understanding this profound process are truly staggering. Every limitation you've accepted, every financial story that has kept you trapped in a cycle of lack, every inherited belief about money and your own worthiness, none of these exist in your subconscious as a fixed, immutable reality. They exist only as patterns, as repeated impressions, as seeds that were planted when your conscious defenses were down, allowing them to take root. And just as those limiting patterns were installed through repetition and unconscious agreement, they can be completely overwritten and replaced through intentional, consistent, spiritual programming. What's particularly powerful about this unique form of programming is how it effortlessly bypasses all the mental resistance and skepticism that normally sabotages manifestation efforts during waking hours. When you listen to abundance affirmations during sleep, your subconscious mind doesn't argue with the content, doesn't question whether you truly deserve wealth, or analyze the probability of financial miracles occurring. It simply receives, accepts, and immediately begins reshaping your inner landscape to perfectly match the new, empowering information it has absorbed. This profound process creates what can only be described as a complete mindset renovation, happening at the deepest cellular level of your being. Your neural pathways, the very highways of your thought, begin reorganizing themselves around abundance rather than scarcity. Your automatic responses shift from fear to unwavering faith. Your default expectations transform from ingrained limitation to boundless, limitless possibility. Now, I want to explore the specific scientific principles that make this overnight transformation so remarkably effective and consistently powerful. Because when you truly understand exactly what's happening in your brain during abundance programming, you will never again underestimate the immense, life-altering power of your sleeping hours. Understanding how your spiritual power magnifies exponentially during sleep opens the door to an even more fascinating and profound revelation about the hidden mechanics of manifestation. What most people unfortunately don't realize is that your sleeping hours transform your entire inner landscape into what can only be described as the great hidden workshop of spirit. This is not just poetic language or a comforting metaphor. This is the actual spiritual technology, the intricate machinery that molds unseen spiritual substance into tangible, physical reality. During your waking hours, your mind is constantly bombarded with an incessant stream of external stimuli, internal chatter, and endless information, creating what neuroscientists refer to as cognitive load. Your thoughts bounce erratically from worry to planning, from memory to fantasy, creating a kind of mental static that significantly interferes with pure, unadulterated spiritual reception. But when the profound embrace of sleep arrives, and this mental noise finally quiets down and recedes, something truly extraordinary happens behind the scenes of your consciousness. Your subconscious mind, now completely free from the constant interference and static of mental noise, becomes like a master craftsman's workshop, perfectly organized, intensely focused, and supremely ready to transform raw spiritual material into the precise forms that will manifest in your physical experience. Every abundance affirmation you hear during this sacred time doesn't just float through your awareness and disappear. It gets lovingly taken into this inner workshop where invisible, benevolent hands immediately begin shaping it, meticulously crafting it into the divine blueprint for your financial reality. The profound impact of this process extends far beyond what happens during sleep itself. The conscious decisions you make during your waking hours, the opportunities you instinctively notice and seize, the actions you feel deeply inspired to take, all of these emerge directly from the deep, foundational work happening tirelessly in this subconscious workshop. Your conscious mind might mistakenly think it's running the entire show, orchestrating all the details, but the real architecture of transformation, the true blueprint of your abundant future, is being meticulously built and designed in the depths where spirit has complete, unhindered creative freedom. What makes this process so remarkably effective and consistently potent is how the conscious mind's role dramatically changes during sleep. Throughout your waking hours, your conscious mind functions like a vigilant, ever-present gatekeeper, constantly evaluating, analyzing, and questioning every single piece of information that approaches your awareness. This gatekeeper has been trained by years of experience, by societal conditioning, to be inherently skeptical about abundance, suspicious of easy solutions, and deeply protective of the familiar patterns that currently define your financial reality, even if those patterns are limiting. This gatekeeper, in its essence, means well, attempting to keep you safe, but it often inadvertently blocks the very transformation and expansion you are deeply seeking. When you hear powerful abundance affirmations during waking hours, this gatekeeper immediately springs into action, interjecting with questions like, "Is this truly realistic? Do I really deserve this kind of wealth? How could this possibly work given my current financial situation?" These doubts and logical reasonings create a powerful, energetic resistance that prevents the spiritual programming from taking deep, lasting root. But here is where the journey takes a remarkable, liberating turn. During sleep, this protective gatekeeper finally takes a well-deserved rest. The analytical mind, which normally filters, questions, and scrutinizes everything, gently steps aside, creating what spiritual teachers eloquently call pure receptivity. Your subconscious mind becomes like a clear, still pool of water, perfectly calm, utterly unruffled, and perfectly capable of receiving and reflecting divine impressions without any distortion, without any interference. In this profound state of pure receptivity, abundance affirmations bypass all mental resistance and sink directly, effortlessly, into the fertile soil of your deeper consciousness. There's no debate, no analytical scrutiny, no questioning. Just direct, pure impression upon the creative faculty that actually shapes your entire experience. This is precisely why sleep programming often succeeds magnificently, where waking efforts, despite their intensity, frequently fail. The very mechanism that normally sabotages transformation is temporarily offline, allowing for unhindered spiritual work. The profound revelations that emerge from this understanding completely reframe how you approach abundance work. Instead of trying to convince your conscious mind to believe in prosperity, often an exhausting and frustrating process, you can work directly and powerfully with the subconscious during its most receptive hours. You're essentially bypassing the gatekeeper and going straight to the creative source itself. Now I want to explore the specific types of spiritual impressions that create the most powerful and lasting transformations during this gatekeeper-free state. Because truly understanding what your subconscious responds to most strongly will revolutionize how you program abundance into your sleeping hours, making every moment of rest a potent act of creation. When you understand that the vigilant gatekeeper is resting deeply during sleep, you are ready to grasp one of the most profound revelations about how true transformation actually happens at the deepest, most foundational level of your being. There's an ancient biblical principle, a timeless truth, that holds the absolute key to everything we are discussing. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Most people misunderstand this profound statement completely, assuming it refers to the fleeting, surface-level thoughts that dart through their minds like birds flitting from branch to branch throughout the day. But here's the hidden truth that changes absolutely everything about how you approach abundance programming. The heart, in this sacred context, doesn't refer to surface-level thinking at all. It represents those deep, subconscious convictions, the core beliefs that operate powerfully beneath your conscious awareness, the fundamental assumptions about reality, your own worthiness, and the limits of possibility that actually govern your entire experience, whether you are consciously aware of them or not. These heart-level convictions are incredibly powerful because they operate tirelessly behind the scenes, subtly influencing your daily decisions, your automatic responses, and your energetic vibration. When you encounter a financial opportunity, your surface mind might logically analyze the pros and cons, but your deep, subconscious convictions have already, on a much deeper level, determined whether you'll even recognize it as viable, whether you'll genuinely feel worthy of pursuing it, and whether you'll take the inspired actions necessary to make it successful. The profound impact of this understanding is staggering. Most people spend their entire lives trying to change their circumstances through surface-level thinking and conscious effort, never realizing that their deeply ingrained heart-level convictions are continuously, tirelessly, recreating the very same patterns of lack and limitation. Positive thinking or sporadic affirmations delivered with wavering conviction. It responds powerfully to repeated impressions delivered with steady, rhythmic consistency over time. Think of it like learning to play a complex musical instrument. You don't become proficient through one intense practice session or by occasionally picking up the instrument only when you feel motivated. True mastery develops through dedicated daily practice, through consistent, focused repetition that gradually rewires your neural pathways until complex movements become automatic, effortless, and entirely natural. Sleep programming works according to the very same principles, but with a tremendous inherent advantage. During sleep, when your conscious resistance is offline, when its defenses are down, every single affirmation reaches your subconscious with pristine, unadulterated clarity. There's no mental static, no analytical interference, no emotional turbulence to distort the powerful signal. Your faithful servant receives each impression in its purest, most potent form, and immediately begins the profound work of transformation, bringing it into your reality. What's particularly fascinating is how this consistent process creates what neuroscientists now call neuroplasticity, the brain's remarkable ability to reorganize itself and form new neural connections throughout life. Each night of abundance programming literally rewires your brain's default pathways, making thoughts of prosperity, wealth, and limitless possibility more automatic, more natural, and more deeply ingrained, while thoughts of scarcity, limitation, and lack become increasingly foreign and unnatural to your entire system. Now, I want to reveal the specific elements that make abundance impressions most powerful and lasting when working with your subconscious faithful servant. Because truly understanding these elements will allow you to maximize the transformative potential of every single sleeping hour, turning rest into an active spiritual endeavor. When your heart begins to believe in abundance at the deepest, most fundamental level, when your subconscious faithful servant starts receiving clear, unambiguous impressions without any interference or distortion, you enter what can only be described as a sacred planting season for your soul. This is not just another fleeting manifestation technique or a temporary spiritual practice. This is the actual intricate process by which divine intelligence meticulously plants the potent seeds of your future prosperity directly into the rich, fertile ground of your consciousness. Each word of abundance that flows over you during sleep programming carries a significance far beyond its surface meaning, resonating deeply within your being. These are not just positive statements or hopeful affirmations casually drifting through your awareness. Each phrase is a divine seed, carried gently on the wind of spirit itself, specifically designed to sink deep into the subconscious soil, where it cannot be uprooted or stifled by the doubts, fears, and anxieties that might assault your conscious mind during your waking hours. The hidden truth about this powerful planting process reveals why sleep programming consistently succeeds where other abundance methods, despite their earnestness, often fail. During your waking hours, doubt acts like a persistent, insidious weed that can quickly choke out and smother even the most beautiful intentions and seeds of possibility. You might diligently plant seeds of prosperity through morning affirmations or vision boards, but if doubt, fear, or skepticism gets to them first, those tender seeds never have a real chance to establish deep, resilient roots. They remain vulnerable to every financial setback, every discouraging comment, every piece of negative news about the economy, easily wilting under pressure. But when abundant seeds are meticulously planted during sleep, they bypass this vulnerable surface layer entirely, going directly to the core. They sink immediately into depths where doubt cannot reach, where fear has no jurisdiction, where the soil remains pure, uncontaminated, and perfectly fertile, untouched by worldly conditioning and limitation. These powerful seeds take root in what mystics call the eternal ground of consciousness, that sacred place where divine truth is the only reality that truly exists. The profound impact of this deeper planting creates a completely different, more enduring type of transformation. Instead of tirelessly trying to maintain positive thinking through conscious effort and sheer willpower, you begin experiencing abundance as a natural, effortless outpouring of your recoded, reprogrammed subconscious patterns. Prosperity becomes less like something you're desperately trying to achieve, to chase, or to earn, and more like something that's naturally flowering from within you, automatically and gracefully. This process transforms your entire inner landscape into what can only be described as a vast, silent garden, bathed in the gentle, mystical glow of divine moonlight. The chaos, the noise, and the incessant mental chatter that normally characterize your mental environment give way to a profound stillness, a sacred silence where spiritual forces can work without any interference or obstruction. In this hushed, sacred space, something exquisitely beautiful begins to happen behind the scenes of your ordinary awareness. Invisible angels, those benevolent messengers of divine intelligence, move gracefully and purposefully through this silent garden, planting words of power, seeds of light, that will reshape every single area of your life. They plant seeds of wealth in the fertile soil of your financial consciousness. They diligently cultivate health in the very ground of your physical well-being. They sow seeds of joy in the depths of your emotional landscape. They establish perfect work and divine purpose in the vibrant field of your career aspirations. They lovingly nurture right relationships in the beautiful garden of your connections with others. What's particularly powerful about this angelic gardening process is how it works holistically, in an integrated manner, rather than in isolation. Most people mistakenly approach abundance as if it's separate from other areas of life, trying to manifest money without addressing their health or seeking financial success while tolerating toxic, draining relationships. But divine intelligence understands that true prosperity is an integrated, holistic flowering that touches and enriches every single aspect of your existence. The profound revelations that emerge from this garden metaphor completely reframe how you understand the timing of manifestation. Gardens don't produce instant results. They follow natural, inherent seasons of growth that cannot be rushed, but also, crucially, cannot be stopped once the process begins. Some seeds sprout quickly, sending up vibrant green shoots within days. Others remain hidden underground for weeks or months, diligently establishing extensive, strong root systems before their first tender leaves ever appear above the surface. Your abundance garden follows these very same principles. Some financial seeds planted during sleep programming may manifest almost immediately. Unexpected checks, sudden opportunities, or inspired ideas that lead to quick, effortless income. Others work more slowly, patiently developing the deep spiritual and practical foundations necessary for larger, more comprehensive transformations that will sustain you for years to come. Now, I want to explore how you can become a conscious, active collaborator with these invisible gardeners, with these benevolent spiritual forces. Because truly understanding your vital role in this divine cultivation process allows you to work in perfect harmony with spiritual forces, rather than unknowingly hindering their profound efforts with doubt, fear, or resistance. When you recognize your inner garden growing vibrantly under divine moonlight, when you sense those potent, abundant seeds taking deep root in places where doubt cannot reach or interfere, you are ready to understand perhaps the most profound and liberating aspect of sleep programming. While your physical body rests and recovers, something extraordinary happens at the spiritual level, a process that most people never realize is occurring. Your spirit, that eternal, boundless aspect of your being that transcends all physical limitations, maintains what can only be described as direct, intimate communion with infinite intelligence. This is not mystical poetry or mere wishful thinking. This is the actual, intricate mechanics of how divine wisdom, how universal guidance, flows seamlessly into human consciousness when all the usual barriers of the conscious mind are temporarily removed. During your waking hours, your mind is constantly occupied with immediate concerns, practical problems, and the endless stream of sensory input from your environment. But when the embrace of sleep arrives, and these myriad distractions gently fade away, your spirit naturally reconnects with that vast, omnipresent intelligence that orchestrates galaxies, governs the movement of atoms, and meticulously weaves the fabric of all reality. The hidden truth about this profound communion process reveals why sleep programming consistently creates such rapid and lasting transformations. You're not just passively listening to affirmations or trying to convince yourself of new possibilities. You're actually receiving direct transmission of wisdom, of guidance, of insights that are too expansive and multidimensional for your waking mind to fully grasp in its limited capacity. This invaluable information downloads into your consciousness like powerful software being silently installed on a computer, efficiently, seamlessly, and with immediate access to capabilities and understandings you didn't consciously possess before. The profound impact of this spiritual communion extends far beyond what happens during the sleep hours themselves. The decisions you make during the day, the opportunities you notice and act upon, the people you serendipitously encounter, the brilliant ideas that suddenly seem obvious, all of these are profoundly influenced by the guidance and insights you received while your conscious mind was offline, resting. You begin operating from a kind of inner knowing, an intuitive wisdom that cannot be logically explained through analytical reasoning, but which proves itself through consistent, undeniable results. Behind the scenes of this profound communion process, something truly remarkable begins to unfold. Those financial challenges that have been plaguing you for months, or perhaps even years, those complex business problems that seem to have no viable solution, those relationship issues that felt permanently stuck and intractable, answers begin flowing effortlessly into your awareness. Not through struggle, not through intense mental effort, but through what feels like gentle whispers in the quiet, receptive chambers of your subconscious mind. This effortless flow of solutions represents one of the most beautiful and liberating aspects of sleep programming. Your waking mind might have been wrestling tirelessly with problems, anxiously analyzing possibilities, diligently researching options, and feeling increasingly frustrated by the lack of clear direction. But infinite intelligence, in its boundless wisdom, sees the bigger picture immediately and perfectly. It recognizes connections your logical mind couldn't possibly make, perceives opportunities your conscious awareness couldn't detect, and knows the perfect timing for solutions to emerge with grace and precision. What's particularly fascinating is how these solutions often arrive fully formed, complete with intricate details, rather than as partial insights that require further development or guesswork. You might wake up with a complete business strategy, a crystal clear understanding of exactly how to resolve a persistent financial issue, or sudden, profound clarity about a significant relationship decision that has been weighing heavily on you. These are not fragmentary glimpses or vague intuitions. They are comprehensive, actionable revelations that feel like they've been downloaded directly from a source of perfect, omniscient wisdom. The journey of receiving these whispered answers transforms your entire approach to problem-solving and decision-making. Instead of relying solely on mental analysis and external research, you begin to trust the profound, intuitive guidance that emerges from your intimate communion with infinite intelligence. You start approaching challenges with a deep sense of calm expectation rather than anxious struggle, knowing with unwavering certainty that solutions are already forming and crystallizing in the depths of consciousness, even when your surface mind can't yet perceive them. This transformative shift in mindset creates what can only be described as a flow state, a continuous stream of effortless action that extends seamlessly into your waking hours. Instead of forcing outcomes through sheer willpower and exhaustive effort, you begin moving in harmonious alignment with the solutions that are effortlessly emerging from your deepest, innate wisdom. Your actions become more aligned with your highest good, your timing improves with uncanny precision, and opportunities start appearing in your life with an almost supernatural, miraculous precision. Now I want to reveal how you can further enhance your receptivity to these whispered solutions and divine downloads. Because truly understanding how to consciously prepare your consciousness for maximum reception transforms every night into an intensive, deeply enriching training session with infinite intelligence itself, guiding you towards your highest potential. When you open yourself fully to receive divine solutions during your sacred sleeping hours, when you begin to truly trust the profound wisdom that flows effortlessly from infinite intelligence, you are led into perhaps the most liberating and empowering discovery of this entire journey. Spirit begins guiding you to finally cease striving, to gently step away from the exhausting treadmill of trying to force abundance through sheer willpower, strategic manipulation, and relentless effort, and instead to enter what can only be described as the ease and absolute certainty of divine law. This profound transition from striving, from constant pushing, to effortless ease represents one of the most significant and liberating shifts available to human consciousness. Most people have been conditioned, deeply and extensively, to believe that financial success invariably requires grinding, hustling, immense personal sacrifice, and constantly pushing against resistance until something finally gives way. They approach prosperity like a war to be won, a battle to be fought, rather than a magnificent, freely given gift to be joyfully received. But here's the hidden truth that changes everything you thought you knew. Abundance operates according to immutable spiritual law, not according to the limitations of human effort. And spiritual law, in its essence, functions through ease, through flow, not through struggle or arduous labor. Behind the scenes of this profound revelation lies a complete reframe of how manifestation actually works in the spiritual economy. When you are constantly striving, you are operating from the unconscious assumption that you need to laboriously create something that doesn't already exist, that you need to convince the universe to grant you what you desire, that you need to prove your inherent worthiness through suffering and sacrifice. But divine law operates from a completely different, more expansive premise. That abundance is already divinely decreed and eternally established in the spiritual realm, patiently waiting only for your alignment, your recognition, and your receptive consciousness. The profound impact of consciously stepping into this state of ease transforms every single aspect of your relationship with money and success. Your decisions begin flowing from a place of inspired intuition rather than desperate anxiety. Your actions become aligned with natural, perfect timing rather than being forced through impatient human will. Your entire energy shifts from the frantic, contracting frequency of scarcity to the calm, expansive assurance of divine provision. You stop swimming upstream, exhausting yourself against the current, and instead discover that you've been fighting the very force that wanted to gently carry you home, to your inherent abundance, all along. This transformation becomes particularly powerful and deeply embedded during sleep programming, because it's during these sacred hours of rest that your entire system finally releases the deep-seated tension patterns intimately associated with striving and struggle. Your nervous system, which may have been locked in a fight or flight mode around financial issues for years, habitually braced for crisis, begins to remember what true safety, what profound security, actually feels like at a cellular level. Your subconscious mind, now completely freed from the constant pressure to figure everything out with its limited human perspective, opens wide to receive impressions of abundance with childlike simplicity, trust, and